What is good, yo? Your boy Big John here. I'm out here like an AMC Owners Mills. My boy Magic right here again. We out here for the open premiere of Avatar: The Way of Water. How excited for you to see this film 13 years in the making?
Look, this was one of my favorite films in the 2000s when this first came out. I'm very excited to see this film. We've heard great things about it. We've heard how expensive it was.
Most expensive film of all, one of the most expensive films of all time. I think about like $400 million.
Yep, $2 billion just to break even. So we'll see this movie.
Yeah, the film has a lot of hype living up to, though. Especially, this is the film 13 years in the making, though. The long-awaited sequel to James Cameron. This is James Cameron's long-awaited comeback, and his new franchise he's so dedicated on doing, right? So we'll see how this one does. But hey, this is James Cameron. I have no doubt in mind this film is going to deliver.
If there's anything we know of James Cameron, that man he's automatic from the line.
True.
I can't remember a film that I've seen from him where he missed.
No doubt about that. And just to give you guys a little bit of clarification, though, going forward, these CD review videos, though, we're not going to go into spoiler territory in our car because of our busy schedules. So what we'll do moving forward is that we'll give you our thoughts of the film after we get back in our car, but I'll do more spoiler talk once I get home and record it. So keep an eye on that moving forward for future movie reviews videos. So I just want to give you guys a little heads up because I definitely want to make some improvements on these videos moving forward, though. So I hope you all guys understand. But with that being said, we're going to go inside, we're going to get our food, and we'll give you our thoughts of the film once it's over. So y'all stick around. Ooh, we just got out of seeing The Way of Water, and we're not going to do any spoilers, though. I'm going to do this when I get home, but this is why I love James Cameron, my man. This is why I love the dude.
We said prior to the movie, he hasn't missed. And still has yet to miss.
And 13 years later, though, I will say this, though. This was definitely a more impactful film. It was more emotional, more tense, just more dramatic. James Cameron, you did an amazing job with Way of Water. Well done, my good sir.
The animals that we saw in this movie, it's like, I don't know how he came up with some of these creatures, but dagnab, this man, they looked gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just the whole movie was just gorgeous.
Yeah, the characters were powerful. Visuals better than they were 13 years ago. I mean, it has been 13 years, but still, great film, great visual effects overall, great story, great characters, action scenes. James Cameron has not lost a step, and I just hope this film does well in the box office. What do you think?
That is the big question of, is it going to work? Is how much money is it going to make? We
That's
have to
true.
Wait till the end of the first week to weekend to see.
Yeah, because the crowd in our theater was. It was it was not empty though, but it was pretty small and not a sold out crowd though, to my surprise.
Well, I would think this, because we had just the regular IMAX, and maybe someone like, I want to watch the IMAX 3D version.
Wait, we have IMAX, we saw an IMAX 3D.
Oh, I'm sorry, the Prime version.
Maybe, I don't know.
Possibly. Maybe people wanted to wait a little bit, because, it's around. Next week is Christmas time.
Maybe.
So it gives them that extra time of, hey, you want to watch it on Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
But we shall see. It's really dependent on this. Basically, the whole franchise is, if this movie hits $2 billion, then they'll make it 6. If not,
well, we are getting Avatar 3 in a couple years, though. But we'll see where they go with the franchise in here, though. We'll see, though. But anyway, when next time you see me, guys, I want to give my spoiler review and give out everything that happened in the film and feel like how I felt about that, though. But before we roll out, how would you rate the film out of 10?
This was close to a 10. I'm gonna give it a 9.7 out of 10.
Cool with me. When y'all find out my rating once I get more in depth with my spoiler review for Way of Water. So y'all stay tuned for that. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Big John here. It is Monday, December 19th, a couple of days after me and my boy Magic saw Avatar: The Way of Water, and I got my Avatar shirt that I wore to the premiere last Friday right here, though. Again, I really love the movie, and going forward with my movie theater reviews, technically I give my spoiler talk when I'm in the car with myself or my friend, but I figured that going forward, I'll probably do more recordings in my car once we arrive and after the film's over to kind of see how we feel about the film as a whole, and then once I go home and I get myself more acquainted, more together about what I want to talk about the film, I can definitely go into more spoiler territory and talk about more about what I like about the film moving forward. Because I definitely want to improve a little bit in terms of quality right there. So I do hope you guys understand what I'm trying to come with here, though. But let's not wait any further. Let's get right into spoiler territory of Avatar: The Way of Water. Again, you haven't seen the film. The video will contain spoilers, so click away right now if you haven't seen it. So Avatar: The Way of Water takes place more than a decade after the events of the first film. Jake Sully is now the chief of the Omataka clan, the Na'vi tribe, with his wife Nechiri, once again played by Zoe Saldana, and they have 4 children together, which includes his son, Natihim, the oldest one, Noak, his daughter, Tuak, and his adopted daughter, Kiri, played by Sojourner Weaver, who was actually born from Dr. Grace Augustine's inherent Na'vi avatar from the last Avatar film. Because remember from the last Avatar film, Dr. Grace Augustine died of a gunshot wound, and they were trying to transfer her spirit, or her soul essence, into her avatar body before she sadly died. And there's also another character named Spider, who is actually the son of the main antagonist of the last film, Colonel Miles Quadrich. Sorry if I pronounced that last name wrong. And he was actually born on Pandora and was unable to be transported to Earth in cryostasis due to his young age. So that was really cool to see them new characters come about, though. And I will come out, say it right the way. Carrie was definitely my favorite sibling in the whole film, though, because you have that connection with her and Dr. Grace Augustine, and how she can really feel the powers of the High Mother, the tree essence the spirit tree that they worship at the end of the first Avatar film, and you definitely feel that her mother's presence is within her, though. I really liked that as well, though. And unfortunately, the humans, aka the Sky People, they come back to Pandora to set up a new base as their planet Earth is dying and maintain a new operation called the Bridgehead City. And the biggest thing about this film, though, the Colonel, he who died in the last film, right? The hands of Nechiri after getting stabbed through the arrows by her. His memories are transported into an avatar body along with his army from the first film as well. And that's how they're able to come back to regain their hunt on Pandora to set up their base operations and basically want to get back at Jake Sully for killing him. Crazy, ain't it? And one day, though, Jake and Terry's kids are on a little exploration until they're confronted by the Colonel, including Spider, who's along with them, and they manage to escape due to the help of Jake and Nechiri, but unfortunately, Spider is captured and taken to the base of operations, where he's kind of questioned about where Jake Sully is, and Colonel realizes that that's his son, though, because even though the Colonel's memories were transported to the Colonel's avatar body, he doesn't really recall much about what has happened, though, because he had to watch a little recap about from his previous self about what happened if he were to die, though. So that was definitely a tense moment, though. And the Colonel, damn. You thought he was crazy in the first film, though? You wouldn't see nothing in this sequel right there, y'all. I'm telling you straight up. I'm trying you straight for it now, y'all. This dude was not playing games. So, after what had happened, though, Jake proposes to Nechiri that they go somewhere else because the Colonel is targeting their family, but Nechiri kind of refuses because, hey, this is their home. Why would they leave for it, though? You know what I mean? So, after much hesitation, Nechiri agrees, and they go to the Reef People clan called the Matiana tribe, that's located on Pandora's eastern seaboard, and they're given shelter and greeted by the tribesmen over there, including their kids as well. And they were telling them, like, hey, you want to live with us, though? You gotta learn the ways of the Reef People, though, because, hey, Jake and his family are forest people. These dudes are reef people, though. So they definitely took time to adjust and learn their ways of the reef people, of the Matekiana tribe. And let's just say right there, though, the kids right there, Loa, Kiri, Took, and Atium, They do not get along with the Makiana Chiefs kids right there, though. They be making at each other. They are picking fights with each other, basically. They even at one point though, where Loak, I would definitely say Loak, he's the youngest brother of the kids though, and he gets into a lot of complications in the films though. Cause there's even one part of the film though where he nearly gets him and his brothers killed during the opening scene of the film, where the Navi tribe were infiltrating that little train scene, and he tries to make peace with the Machikani Chief's children, his son, basically, though, because he even punched him in the face, gave them the middle finger one time, though, and then the kids would play a little trick on him, saying, like, hey, it's all good, though, let's come in here and hunt over there by the DCs, and by pulling a dick move, they just ditched Loke out there in the ocean, and he's almost left to be killed right there, though, until he is basically saved by Payakan. Basically, it's hard to say what kind of species it is from the top of my head, though, but basically, someone like a little giant little whale thing right there, you know what I'm saying? And he definitely befriends it, though, and he even helps free it from a little injury he suffered from his fin right there, though. And I really like the bond that Loke had with that creature right there, and definitely him connecting to the waves of the water as well, though, because, hey, the way of water connects with all of us right there, though, you know what I mean? But, yep. And they actually found out that the Mexican tribe has a soul tree of their own. Remember the soul tree from the first film that's looking in the forest? They actually have one underwater near the reef, right? So Kiri links it to meet her mother, Grace Augustine, though, and they really have this heart-to-heart emotional moment, a little reunion there, though. But she suffers a seizure, and eventually is healed, but they were saying that because she can't be careful not to do that again, though, because she may die. And soon after that, though, the Colonel brings his men around and attacks and raids the whole Matiana village, and the creatures are killed there. The village is decimated, and they were definitely thinking about ways they could attack, though, but Jay's like, no, they're after me. I'll take care of it. So Jake, alongside with Natiri, his kids, and even the Makiana Chief's daughter, tags along with them to stop this assault, right? But unfortunately, Loak, the oldest sibling, is shot and killed and dies in the film. And this is a really powerful scene where Zoe Saldana, oh man, I love her performance in this film, though. Her performance as Natiri, though, damn girl, you killed it in this role right there, man. You really killed it right there, Zoe. And you think Angela Bassett should also be nominated for an Oscar? You gotta give Zoe Saldana a chance now, y'all. I'm just saying right there. Zoe Saldana definitely deserves an Oscar after what she was able to do. But they proceed to continue their mission and destroy the base operations that attacking the Matini village. And heck, the two and Kiri and Coog are captured, and Jake is forced to surrender. But after what happened, he was like, "No, it's you and me, Colonel. Let's get it on." And they have a huge, intense one-on-one showdown when the ship is sinking, and Natiri and Tuwuk are about to be drowned to death, though. But what's I think is a really powerful scene in this film is that Kiri uses her communications that she communicates with the creatures of the oceans to help save her family from drowning. Because heck, Loak and Jake were about to be drowned too, but Kiri's gift basically helped save them, and They get out safely, and the Colonel is actually about to drown to death, though. But in a move that is kind of puzzling, I ain't gonna lie, Spider basically saves his own father from drowning, and he survived. The Colonel survives, but he has a son like, "Hey, come with me," but he's like, "No." And then the Colonel flies away, and then, hey, see you guys in Avatar 3, which that was definitely like the what the F moment of this film right there, y'all. But yeah, though, but the climax of this film was definitely better than the first one. It was definitely more intense, especially where you had the sea creatures, the Pakiankin whale helping out in the final battle, the tense between Jake and the Colonel, the dynamic between Jake, Neytiri, and their children, just very powerful overall. And I definitely will say that the children get more spotlight in the film than Jake and Neytiri, though, even though it still has a main focus on them, though. The kids were definitely very enjoyable, though, especially for me, Lowok, and Kiri, though. Because Tuwok was definitely the child of the group, which, hey, she is a child, and the TM was basically the one that had more common sense, but sadly lost his own life after everything that happened during the final battle. So, after everything is resolved, Jake decides that he was going to leave, though, but the chief of the Mekiani tribe said that after the TM funeral that he's welcoming them to stay there and be a part of the clan because, like, hey, they can't be running all the time, though, and they'll, I'm assuming, hopefully help him out in the next adventure, though. So, Jake and his family accept the new life and start living with the sea, and they keep vowing to fight the human invaders. And that's how basically the film ends, though. So, definitely really interesting to see how it's going to set up Avatar 3, though. But overall, the film, it was a great film, though. Now, I know people may not have much of a connection to this film, though, because I know there's some people that are, some love it, some don't, some say it's okay, some don't really like it, though, and I can understand that, though. And the plot, like the first film, it is very simple and straightforward, but at the same time, though, I think for this film, it works. And the visuals of this film, though, again, if you love the visuals in the first film, you'll absolutely be mind blown for them in the sequel right there, though. Especially the underwater effects and the visual effects of the sea creatures. They were just flat out beautiful, man. I am just telling you straight up, though. James Cameron, the genealogy he used for this film right there, y'all, is just beyond incredible. Just beyond incredible. Really is, though. I'm really impressed with how he was able to capture everything and create a vision for this film. And I was just so engaged with it, though. I was just mind blown by everything, though. And again, with the updated technology after 13 years since the first Avatar was released, though, very impressed with how this film has come. And based on what I'm seeing in the box office, it's actually doing pretty well, though, for itself right there, y'all. And I heard based on reports, though, it's doing well, though, but it may not make, it didn't really accomplish the expectations it probably should have, though, because I think it grossed like, what, 135 million on domestically on opening weekend as opposed to 150 that it was supposed to do, though. So while it fell a little 12 million short, though, right there, though, that's still a really good number, and it's almost grossing 500 million worldwide, though. So it could break $1 billion next week, though, but I know James Cameron said this film has to break $2 billion, because we already know that Avatar 3 is already good to go. This was filmed back-to-back after Avatar Way of Water. But financially, though, I'm really curious to see, though, how the final numbers of Way of Water will do. That will determine the futures of Avatar 4, 5, and 6. But we'll have to wait and see, though, because James Cameron said the money is not there, though. He'll probably end up with Avatar 3. But we'll find out, though. I'm just really curious to see how the story will end up, though, because the first film we had just tackling the Na'vi in the forest. Second film was the oceans. I'm really curious what the third film is going to be about, because even though Jake and his family are living with the reef people, I'm pretty sure there's more tries to explore in Pandora, especially where the battle against the human race is still going on, especially since the Colonel is still out there and alive. So this should be interesting to see where the story will continue with this franchise and see how long it will go, and if the money is actually out there, if you know what I mean. But anyway, also one of my main regrets of the film, though, is, well, again, like I said, the plot is pretty simple, but I would say around the halfway point in the film, or almost near the climax, where the village is raided and attacked before the final battle, I definitely felt that it dragged on a little too long, where, not gonna lie, I did get kind of bored, and it did drag on after a while, so I really hope that in the third film they toned it down a little bit, where I'm cool with it being 3 hours though, but they could have cut it down just a little bit though. That's just me though, in my personal opinion. But overall, Avatar The Way of Water, in my opinion, solid film. Definitely one of the best films of the year though. However, I will say that so far, my most favorite film of this year definitely has to go to Top Gun Maverick, though. I'm sorry, that film is just so damn good. One of my favorite Tom Cruise films of all time, hands down, right there, though. But Way of Water definitely is in top 3, along with Top Gun and Wakanda Forever. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen Avatar: Way of Water, I definitely recommend you go check it out, though. Visually is amazing, and again, while the plot may be simple and something we haven't seen before, though, the characters in the film and the visuals definitely are the strong points of this film right there, though. I just love the characters, especially where we see Noah and Carrie really develop on their own, and Carrie, again, my personal favorite of Sully's family, especially how we go to Devin more to character and her connections with her late mother. Really cool and powerful emotional stuff right there, guys. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you love Avatar: The Way of Water? Did you thought it was okay? Did you hate the film? I will definitely let to know what you thought about this in the comments down below. And make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button if you are new to my channel. Thank you again so much for you guys' support. Let's keep this channel growing and growing and growing. And until next time, this is Big John signing off. I hope you guys enjoyed The Way of Water. Catch you next time.